what I call him. Public enemy number one.
Spider-Man No Way Home culminates the story of Peter Parker. As he is framed for the murder of Quentin Beck, he asks Doctor Strange for a spell to make everyone forget Spider-Man's identity, but it is corrupted, which causes 5 villains to reach Peter's universe.
Spider Menace. Governments around the world launch investigations into the murderer known as Spider-Man.
We see Peter face the consequences of the revelation of his identity and how he's treated as he's captured by damage control. Also, Doctor Strange's plan to send the villains back to their universe, but ultimately causing their death, creates chaos, and Peter tries to prevent it so he can cure them and save them from their fates.
Strange. We can't send them back. Not yet.
Why?
Oh, some of these guys are gonna die.
Arbitrary or unlawful detention occurs when an individual is arrested and detained by a government without due process and without the legal protections of a fair trial, without any legal basis for the deprivation of liberty.
We have a warrant for the arrest of Peter Parker.
You know the Fourth Amendment?
Sure.
Unreasonable search and seizure?
Get in here, guys. Let's go.
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights guarantees that no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest because everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the security of a person and entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal.
Miss Jones, why do you want a lawyer
If I have nothing to hide,
Exactly. Unless...
I'm actually guilty of something. I'm very aware of your tactics and my rights.
In Mexico, feminist protests have been repressed with the use of violent tactics by police in demonstrations, including arbitrary detention, excessive use of force, and sexualized violence against female protesters, which suggests a new and disturbing pattern of the criminalization of women's right to mobilize. In 2020, police officers detained more than a dozen women without having properly identified themselves, kept them uncommunicated for long periods of time, and in some cases without presenting them to the competent authority, causing them intense fear of being victims of enforced disappearance. While in 2021, police officers tortured 13 people and abused 2 women in Cancun after protests.
Everything comes to ruin. And we, the innocents, are left to pick up the pieces.
No Way Home presents us with a young man who faces unlawful detention for a crime that he didn't commit, while other men face the consequences of actions that they committed, but without the due process and protections of a fair trial. This occurs every time women in Mexico protest, and they are faced with violent crackdowns and detention. As they have the right to mobilize, we must stand with them and protect their basic human rights.